Alright, hope everybody's doing good today. So, I've been wanting to talk about this for quite some time now. Originally, I was going to let this subject slide, because a lot of people have mixed opinions about this. And, originally I was just going to keep my mouth shut about it. But I figured I'd go ahead and say something because, what happened in St. Louis, it got me thinking, because these couple, they were rich, they were there were rioters, that broke into their property, and these two homeowners were just trying to protect their house, and, because of that, they're getting criticized for that, and, you know, a lot of the people who support these riots are going crazy about it. But here's the thing, man. Protesting is one thing, but you know what? Here's what I gotta say. If it involves rioting, looting, burning, or trespassing on property that isn't yours, it's not a peaceful protest. You know why? Because a peaceful protest is where you just participate in a protest and none of that has to do with a protest. Burning, looting, trespassing, rioting, that has nothing to do with protesting. I don't care what people say about it. I don't care what, you know, CNN people like Don Lennon or whatever the fuck his name is, Anderson Cooper or Jim Acosta have to say about it. You know what? They're just full of shit because they don't want to admit that they're okay with the rioting and looting. And those people who were trying to protect their property in St. Louis, they were just trying to protect themselves, their property, and make sure their home doesn't get damaged. It's bad enough that their front gate got damaged, and now because they were protecting themselves, they're getting criticized for it. You know what? If you want to criticize somebody, you should criticize the people who tried trespassing on their property. Because, leave it to me. If I were to trespass on somebody's property like that and somebody points a gun at me like that, the person that owns that place points their gun at me, I know damn well I did something wrong. I'm not going to fucking stand there, pull my phone out, and be like, oh, these people are racist. They have guns. They just pointed a gun at me or shit like that. You know what? They were in the right for protecting their property. The people who trespass on on their property, they were not in the right. And for those of you who are getting mad at the people who are just trying to protect their property, eat a dick. They were in the right to, regardless if you think they were in the right or not. But of course, like I said, the news, and then you got celebrities like Harry Styles, Billie Eilish, and all of them, supporting these riots and looting, and then, saying that, all lives don't matter, and slamming the all lives matter term because they don't agree with it. You know what? Obviously, if you think all lives matter is a protest to Black Lives Matter, you need to do some research. Just because, Wikipedia says that it's a protest to Black Lives Matter, that doesn't mean it is. Didn't your teacher ever tell you, when you're doing a research not to look on Wikipedia for shit like that? Otherwise, you'd get a bad grade for it or something like that. Because that's what my teacher always told me. Throughout my years in middle school and high school, I was never allowed to use Wikipedia for research, unless if it was for certain things. So what makes you think Wikipedia is the right option? If you want to go and protest, that's fine. But rioting, looting, burning, or trespassing on property that isn't yours, that right there is breaking the law. And if you break the law like that, you're a bigger idiot than the people who raised you. I don't even know where to start with this. I understand, a lot of people are still upset about, the situation with George Floyd, the situation with Ahmaud Arbery, and the situation with Breonna Taylor. But then again, you also had, this one criminal, and I call him a criminal because he resisted arrest. He took a taser from a cop and tried to attack him. And in return, the cop shot and killed him for self-defense. And because that cop did that, he's facing a lot of trouble for it. All because, liberals want reasons to, defund the police. I watched a commercial, it was from the Trump administration, about, I guess somebody calling the police and, them not being able to take calls because the police got defunded. If you don't think defund means taking away, you need to do your research and understand what you mean by defund the police. Because police, a lot of them, in some areas don't make that much money. And what you're doing right now is making it harder on them. Yes, I understand, there are some bad cops out there who are not good and have killed somebody. I understand that. But you guys, you letting, one out of 100 cops, make an example of a bad cop and then, saying, needing reasons to hate on police and say fuck them and then say that we need to defund them. You guys are complete morons. So, again, those people in in St. Louis were in the right for protecting themselves. That cop in Atlanta, Georgia, that killed that man who stole his taser, he was in the right for protecting himself too. And if you don't look at it like that, you're a bigger idiot than you thought. I don't care if, the media or news stations like CNN or any of them disagree, because you know what? They're nothing but cowards. All they do is hide behind their news desks, acting like they're the smartest people on this planet, and they're not. If you agree with them for what they're saying, you got a problem. People who protect themselves aren't doing it to look cool or sound cool. People will protect themselves and, protect others who need protecting, regardless of what you think. A lot of you may think that that's not the case, but guess what? It is the case. But that's all I gotta say. I'm sure I pissed a lot of people off for saying what I said, but you know what? I don't care. We have a right as Americans to protect ourselves. That's that. Later.